Good day to all my dear students. Last class we learned about the concept of attitude. Yes, what do you mean by attitude? What are the importance of attitude about the values and beliefs, etc. Yes. So today you're going to learn the difference between attitude and beliefs. Okay? So as beliefs are commonly used with attitudes. So let us differentiate between the attitude and beliefs. Okay. So attitudes are predisposition to react in some way towards the object and concepts and the measurements of attitudes which are generally based on the expressions of the opinions. Okay, so on other hand, a belief is an enduring organization of perceptions and cognitions about some aspects of individual's world. So belief is just a hypothesis of concerning the nature of objects, especially considering individuals judgment of probability regarding their nature. Okay, so generally attitudes are formed by two ways. First is direct experience and the second one is social learning. Okay, so what do you mean by direct experience? We shall see with an example. Okay, so if an individual happens to go on a bike and meets with an accident, okay, so he or she may get an attitude formation that going on bike in future may cause accidents. Okay, so this is called as an attitude formation through direct experience. Okay, so next, social learning. Okay, so attitudes may also be formed through social learning, that is by way of observing other individuals actions or others opinions. So it may be favorable or unfavorable. Okay, so for example, if Sachin Tendulkar he expresses his opinion for the energy drink boost. Okay, so the individual watching or observing may form an attitude towards a drink similar to that of the celebrity. Okay, so this is viewed as a social learning. Okay, understand? So next is sources of attitude formation. So, attitude emerges from our emotional experience and through our perspectual process. Okay, so emotions are felt and stay temporarily for long. So, it is called as a feeling state. Okay, so perceptual process starts when our sensory organs receive stimuli from environment. Okay, so both are the sources of attitude. So as understood that attitudes are learned from this point of view, following factors can contribute for attitude formations. Okay, so here what are the following factors here? First is group factors and personality factors. So there are two factors. Okay, so group factors under is family, influence or reference groups and society. Okay, so the next factor is personality factors. So under this also we can analyze briefly about the factors. Okay, so what's the first factor is family, second is influence or reference group, third is society. Okay, so first about family. Okay, so in the group factors the first thing is considered as a family, because the family plays an important role in socialization of an individual. Yes, so during the process of socialization the individual forms different attitudes. Okay, so families may be of two kinds, either the nuclear family or they will be of joint family. Yes, so the individuals they brought up in these two families, so they will be having different sets of attitudes. Okay, so the mother and the father form the basis of formation of attitudes. So later the relatives, they will be joining by developing different set of attitudes. So as there are different personalities by playing different roles. Okay, so the next one is influence or reference group. Okay, so a reference or influence group is one where lot of interactions will be taking place. Okay, so these interactions affect the individual's behavior. Okay, so the next one is society. So here society plays a major role in shaping the attitude of the individual. Okay, so the norms, the values and the beliefs of the society, they gets very closely attached and attracted by the individual. Okay, for example, if a particular society is against following the rituals and celebrations, so the individual brought up in the society will be developing in same attitude towards the rituals and celebrations which is followed by others. Yes, so attitudes are like a value which are acquired from the parents, teachers, or by the peer group members. So it is generally derived and developed from the two important sources. So the first important source is our own experience. Okay, so the next one is our perception towards the objects or about the person or events. Okay, so things or the way you think they are, because you think they are that way, so every time we have to keep smiling. Okay, so when an individual confronts with any objects or events, a series of emotions are followed. Yes, so the other source is that the individual's perception is towards the objects and events. So in contrast of these values, attitudes are less stable. Okay, so attitudes are important because they affect our job behavior. Okay, so job behavior, what do you mean by job behavior? It is a concept which is very important in organizational behavior as it directly correlates to the performance of the job by an employee. Okay, so the next is about attitudes and behavior. So in this, okay, we will be learning about how attitudes or affect the individual's behavior. So generally the individuals working in an organizations are affected by the different attitudes. Okay, so the co-workers, the management, or the customers or the clients. Okay, so they will be having an interpretation. So the interpretation of the situation should be well understood by an individual in order to develop a right attitude. Okay, so here behavior. Okay, so behavior is the range of actions and mannerisms which will be made by an organizations or by an artificial entities in conjunction with their environments. So that will be including the other systems around as well as the physical environment. So behavior, it is an outcome of receiving the information, which means or output from internal or from external sources. So it is a physical or oral expression of the mental attitude. Okay, so the next is functions of attitudes. So here attitudes have basically four functions. Okay, so in order to affect the behavior, so they are, first one is instrumental or utilitarian. Okay, the second one is ego defensive, third one is value oriented or it will be the value expression, and the fourth one is functions of knowledge and economy. Okay, so first one is instrumental or utilitarian. So generally attitude functions like achieving towards a desired set of goals or towards a desired set of objectives. Okay, so it will be acting as an instrument to reach the terminal goals, and the terminal goals may be favorable or it will be unfavorable. Okay, so the feelings will be favorable or unfavorable. So that would be aroused along with the activation of a need or cues. Okay, so the second one is ego defensive. So here the acknowledgement of the psychological thought is the function of ego defensive. Okay, so attitudes are acquired in order to protect one from threats and becoming aware of things happening in outside world. Okay, so the internal threats or external threats or about of frustrating events which will be arousing to form the ego defensive attitudes. Okay, so the attitudes, they will be protecting us from our fears and by the rejections. Okay, so next, for this we will be seeing an example for ego defensive. Okay, so here there is a boss. Okay, so a boss asks his subordinate to perform a task. Okay, so taking a timely decision. So a subordinate may be ineffective in taking decision and slowly works on the assigned task. Okay, so but the subordinate worker, he does not accept his weakness and blameness. So and the boss will be having a negative attitude towards. Okay, so this negative attitude of subordinate makes him to stick to his action and his ego, so it is protected. Okay, so the next is value oriented or value expressive. Okay, so as mentioned in the value orientation functions the attitudes that are held. Okay, so one must be aware of self concept. Okay, so here self concept means it is where the individual is aware of oneself, which means their strength or weakness or their opportunities. Okay, so in order that the value orientation function takes place in an attitude. So when there is a threat in the self concept or self image, the attitudes are formed with or value orientation. Okay, so supposing an organization, they will be telling a new recruits that the time management and hard work are the core strength of their organization and should be strictly followed. So in this value the organization will be expressed, which means the time management and hard work. Okay, so the last one is function of knowledge and economy. Okay, so this is another function of attitude. Okay, so the knowledge part is nothing but the individual's need is to maintain a stable meaningful structure and organized structure of the events, situations, objects, and the people around the world. So, attitudes allow us to categorize the informations about the objects and they are more easily manageable one. Okay, so an individual behavior is affected by the functions of attitude. Okay, so it involves the interpretation of the ideas and about the information which are required by the individuals. Okay, so in the organizational setting of the work itself, the co-workers, okay, so the co-workers, they will be having an intervention with each other. So uh, so the job satisfaction is identified as a type of work attitude. So if an individual has a right attitude towards his job, then he is successful in his job. Okay, so in turn the individual and the organizational productivity is increased. Okay, so next class you will learn about what do you mean by positive thinking and what are what are the usefulness of developing the positive thinking, what do you mean by positive attitude and how we can build the positive attitudes, and what is the effect of negative attitudes and what do you mean by negative attitudes and how we will be overcoming the negative attitudes. So what are the characteristics of attitudes, etc. Okay, thank you.